Done this side of my face so that we can kind of zoom through this side and focus more on the lip. So and I've already filled in this eyebrow. So as usual, I am going to start with, good morning, Chloe. I'm going to start with an eyeshadow base, my Nude by NYX. Thank you. The cruise was great. It was relaxing. We had a good time. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. We had a good time, but you know, you always miss your own bed, your own space after a while. And I missed you guys too. It's weird not being able to use like internet and social media because we were out to sea. So it was really weird not being able to check in with you guys and see what type of, you know, looks you guys are doing, but I can now, so it's good to be back. Alright, so we've added the base to our lid just underneath. All that eating, yes. So I did the unthinkable and I stepped on the scale last night, and I really shouldn't have done that because, you know, you eat what you want and you drink what you want, so that wasn't a good idea. So what I'm using is from NYX. It's a loose pigment, similar to how MAC has their loose pigment. It just comes in a smaller container. I don't know the color of this one. It's wiped off, but it's Ultra Pearl, so it's really shimmery. And I'm going to do something a little different with this one. You have to be careful with the loose powders. You have to be careful with the loose powders because they do get everywhere. But what I'm going to do is pour a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use a fluffy flat brush. I'm going to show you guys. Thanks, Liz. Yeah, we agree on a lot of stuff. I think we just have like the same style. So using this brush right here, it's a fluffy flat brush, but to make it pop a little bit more, I'm gonna make it metallic-like. How you make it metallic-like is you're gonna use a setting spray, or you can use a little bit of water, but I like a setting spray because it kind of sticks a little better. Spray your brush. It's a really pretty color for fall. Spray your brush, and then the loose pigment that's on the back of your hand, go ahead and dip it right in there. It's already nice and metallic. And then right in the center of your eye, just pat on the color and spread it out. We want the color to focus right in the center of the eye. And I want just a little bit more, so we'll add some more. What this does is it makes your color pop more, makes it a little more vibrant. It's really good to use on all loose powders, but the shinier, shimmering eyeshadows are the ones that it works the best with. So if you do an eyeshadow that's matte, it will stick. It will make the eyeshadow stick, but it's not going to make it metallic. So we're just patting that right on there. No, I actually sprayed a setting powder. You could spray water, but a setting spray. You could spray water, but a setting spray makes it stick more. You can do it without a loose pigment. The only thing is it has to be something that's already kind of shimmery. So you could do it with one of your shimmery eyeshadows, but my suggestion would be to kind of scrape some of your eyeshadow out and put it on the back of your hand, because what will happen is you'll get the actual eyeshadow wet and it'll stay that way. So you don't want to do it with inside the actual container of the eyeshadow. So after that's in there, we're going to take a brown. This is usually my transition color. It's Icon from the Lime Crime Venus palette. And really, you don't have to use this exact color. It just needs to be a dark brown. So just a dark brown right here. Using a large fluffy flat brush, tapping into the color, and let's do the sides. And remember, we always tap our eyeshadow on instead of rubbing it around to get the most pigmentation. And we're also using a dense brush. That means the brush has a ton of bristles because that also picks up the most amount of product. So when choosing your brush, you have to make sure it's dense, which means it has a ton of bristles in it. Like you can't see through this brush. When you do that, that means this brush will pick up the most amount of product. If it's a brush that you can kind of see through, you'll be here for days trying to pack on the color. After we do that, I'm switching to my MAC 227, not 227, 224 blending brush, and same palette from Venus, and this is called Muse. So the thing about Muse is it's a really pretty cranberry-ish color. It's a nice tone for the fall. It's kind of blending in right into the crease and a little bit further up. And don't worry if you blend in something you didn't want to blend in. That's okay. You can always go back and add more. Then without any more product on your brush, let's blend up into just above our brow bone. And I'm going to take a lighter brown, which is called Creation. Oh, she did. Well, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks, Liz, for sharing. Yeah, tapping is important. That's what's going to keep your shadow looking vibrant. So I'm going to switch to this brush. This is a blending brush as well. It's from Morphe. It's called M507. Has a point on it. This is what I use for more detailed work. I'm tapping into... this palette's called Lime Crime Venus. I'm tapping into Icon, just really the point of the brush. So this brush has a point. I'm going to tap in there and I'm just going to define my crease just a little bit more. And it's darkening up the cranberry looking color. And windshield wiper motion, back and forth. Because I really just want a hint of the cranberry color. I don't want it to be prominent. And tap a little bit more brown. And if you feel like you've lost how vibrant this center part is, go ahead and add some more shimmer, which we will right now. And then we are going to move on to our wing liner. So if you guys watch me a lot, you know that I love wing liner. Like that's what I wear almost every day. Most of the looks I share with you guys have wing liner. So you guys, you don't have to do it with the wing liner, but it's just my personal preference. And take that brush that you use. You're a wing girl? Well, so am I. Yeah, wings just, I don't know. I just like wing liner. Not everyone does, and that's okay. You don't have to, but it's my fave. So without adding any more product, this is the brush that we use for the darker brown. Just go ahead and blend into that color, into your shimmer. And we're done with the eyes. So I always do wing liner with Bobbi Brown, and it's a black, it's called Black Ink, and it's a black gel liner. I use a eyeliner pencil. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. This is an eyeliner pencil. Go ahead and roll it around into your product. So we're rolling it around. And start from the center. Even if you're not doing wing liner, you should start from the center. Oh, I'll have to show you how to do it on a hooded eye. It is slightly different, but it's possible. You have to change a little bit. Your line probably needs to be a little thinner, and then you'll also have to make your eyes look a little wider by your eyeshadow placement. Okay, we're almost there. It's funny, it's like I can't talk to you guys and do this at the same time. Haven't mastered that yet. What was a good question? I missed it. Wait, let me finish my eyeliner. Let me finish my eyeliner before you ask it again, okay? Fallout? How do you stop fallout? I'm assuming that's the question. How to clean it. Okay, I will tell you. In just one moment. Okay, now you just check the balance and make sure you're all good on both sides, and we are. So how you clean fallout. This is the reason why I do my foundation after my eyeshadow application, because if it falls out underneath here, all I do is, okay, so all I do is, before I put on my foundation, I do my eye application, and that is because of fallout. Especially when you're working with loose powder such as this, it tends to fall and do all types of crazy things. But if you don't put your eyeshadow, if you don't put your foundation on yet, all you have to do if you have fallout here is wipe it with your makeup remover, and then you can continue with the rest of your application. That is why I prefer to do my foundation after my eyeshadow. The reason why you start the liner I just read that. The reason why you do your eyeliner in the middle is because that's when you have the most amount of product. So, you know, when you're rolling the product into your eyeliner or whatever, what it does is it allows you to spread it out without it getting messy. Because if you start here, thank you. Because if you start here, it might be too much product. So at least in the center, you can spread it around. Even if you have a pencil, then also when you're trying to do your liner, typically your liner shouldn't be one thick line. It should always start small and gradually get thicker towards the end, even if you're not doing a wing liner. So you start in the center because then you can adjust how small it is over here and how wide it is over here. So the center just helps you kind of get everything together. So, oh, and then to answer the question about, yes, exactly. So, good. I'm glad you're learning something. Then also with fallout, if you do the reverse, let's say you do your foundation first and then your eyeshadow and you still have fallout, a lot of times you can use your translucent powder after you've put your eyeshadow on and done your concealer, not your eyeshadow, I keep confusing those words. After you have done your foundation and your concealer, and then you're gonna do your eyes, if that's your choice, if that's how you wanna do it, then put your translucent powder underneath here, a thick layer of your translucent powder right underneath your eye, and then if fallout comes, you can wipe it off. Sometimes it can get messy, that's why I just prefer to do eyeshadow first. So hopefully that answers your question if you prefer to do it the other way. Now using my MAC Smolder Eye Kohl pencil, hooded eyes mean that you have a smaller eye space, and when you open your eyes, it's almost like your eyeshadow disappears or your eyelid disappears. So that means this part right here kind of comes further down. So we're gonna line the inside of our waterline, that's what we just did, and then just take a little layer and go just underneath. Then after you do that, you're going to take that pointy blending brush that we used from Morphe. Make sure there's no product on it. And because I want it to be not really a smoky eye, I just don't want it to be a harsh line underneath my eye. So we are going to blend it out or smudge it. Then we're going to take a brush. It looks like this. It's part of your, yes I do. He's awesome, you guys. You guys should give him a hand clap because he is absolutely amazing. We're going to use this brush. It's a flat brush. It doesn't really move. It doesn't move a lot. And we're going to go into our Carbon by MAC and set the liner that we just used. See, Scotty, you're getting hand claps. They appreciate you, as do I. All right, let's get into our foundation. Foundation, what I've been using, Revlon Color Stay in Cappuccino and in Caramel. Mix the two together, but nope, that's not the next step. The next step is actually going to be our primer, our foundation base, and I'm using Smashbox Photo Finish. And I've already done the other side, so we just have to do the opposite side. Now we can mix the two foundations. Ooh. Dang. Kind of had a little bit of spillage there. All right, so using, those are my two colors that I'm gonna blend together. And since I just blended with my foundation brush, I'm gonna stick with this. Is this my everyday look? It can be, because it's subtle enough. You can do this every day. I would wear this on a daily basis. I've never tried BH Cosmetics foundation. Is that a good brand, or you're not sure? When it comes to foundations, I am pretty on the picky side just because it has to blend well. It has to, I don't know, and you guys, I'm making a mess over here. But I haven't tried it. If once you start doing your makeup on a regular basis, it does get a lot quicker than what we do here. And you know, you can always stick to the no makeup look. You don't have to do this every single day. The foundation that I used was Revlon Color Stay, or Revlon Color Stay in Caramel and Cappuccino. And the concealer I'm using is MAC Pro Longwear in NW35. And the only thing I don't like about their concealer is the packaging. Like, the packaging doesn't allow you to do small amounts. It squirts out such a large amount of product, and then you can't put it back in the bottle. Yeah, you can definitely do that. I mean, this is just to show you guys different techniques, different things that you can do. Don't have to do this every day. I do because I work in the beauty industry. I'm a hair and makeup artist, so people want to see what I do. Do I have suggestions for darker skin than Caramel? You should look into... What you can do is, no, I don't, for me to help you with that, what you can do is you can send me a picture of yourself in natural light. So that means outside, in your car, wherever there's natural light. And I can tell you a foundation range to help you get into the colors that would be appropriate for you. I've had a few people do that, and I've told them I won't be able to by a picture tell you your exact foundation color, but I can get you in the right range. But good companies that have darker colors for darker skin tone would be Makeup Forever, Saucebox, L'Oreal Queen. What else? Let me think. And Black Up. So if you can't get your highlighter to show up, it could be that one, you may be blending in too much. Two, you may have to use your translucent powder and not your banana powder. So you may not want to use this one. You may want to use your white translucent powder. Or you may need to take it one shade lighter. The email address to email me is deandragiselle@gmail.com. Alright, now I'm gonna I just set my highlight with my translucent powder. We're gonna set the rest with our banana cup. Oh, you shouldn't try foundation on your wrist because your hands, especially your driving hand, meaning the hand that's always closer to the window, is always darker than this. Right? And then you also want to try it on your jawline so you can see the difference between your face and your neck. Because the worst thing to do is have a lighter face and then your neck is dark. So for your foundation, you should try it right here, right on the jawline, and compare it to your face and your neck. So now we're using our banana powder or Buttercup. This is by Sasha. Sometimes I use banana powder by Ben Nye. Well, you know what? I think makeup has become such a huge thing that there's a lot more opportunities. But the thing about that is you may not be able to, you know, work on movie sets or do photo shoots as frequently. Thank you. But you could do a lot of weddings. There's so many opportunities in the beauty industry. You can create your own career. So now, why banana cup or banana powder? Banana powder it has a yellow tint to it, so it kind of keeps that natural glow that most women of color have. There's actually a no makeup look on my YouTube channel that, even though it takes me longer to do than 10 minutes, it's only because I talk to you guys and explain things to you guys, but it's really quick. You can get that in 10 minutes. So if you go to my YouTube channel, Deandra Giselle on YouTube, you can see that look. The powder, the Sasha's powder is online at sashacosmetics.com, and Sasha is spelled S-A-C-H-A. But look on Amazon first, because you guys have taught me that if you look on Amazon, a lot of times it's less expensive than if you go and to the actual company. So we just did our contour, or I just did my contour, and now I am doing the bronze color, which is lighter brown. Do I have a list of these products on my YouTube? You know what? On some of my YouTube tutorials, I do, because I break down what I use in my YouTube tutorials. In my actual Periscope category, no, I do not have them listed. And next we are going to use Fever by MAC. Make sure you blend that into your contour. And it should be 2 fingers width away from your nose, your blush. Just like your contour should be 2 fingers width away from your mouth. And the thing about blush, I just want to say this. The thing about blush is supposed to be an accent and it's supposed to enhance in your look. So you definitely don't want to put a ton of blush on. Like I always do a little bit, and then if I feel like, okay, I don't really see that, then I'll add more. But do blush gradually. I really hate to see the church lady blush, which is a ton of blush right in the center of the cheek. And this is my highlighter by MAC called Gold Deposit. Y'all know that's my favorite. And that is pretty much the gist of the look. So now let's talk about these lips. Since we're doing a fall inspired look, I think that doing a beautiful burgundy color would just add even more to the look. Contour brush, it's actually the angled brush from Coastal Scents, and that comes from in the 12-piece kit and in the 22-piece kit that we talked about. It looks like this. It's an angled brush and it's really fluffy. The contour brush is it's really flat. I usually don't use that one. This one makes it easier to blend. Let me sharpen my pencil. The lip pencil that I'm using, the lip liner, is by NYX and it's called Plum. No ombre today. How do I keep my face from breaking out? I have a skincare regimen, and I believe I showed you guys and talked to you guys about that. You can use a regular pencil sharpener just as long as the pencil fits into the sharpener. I am about using whatever works. This is a matte lip, and we just want to clean it up. And I'll tell you guys the color. All right, and we cleaned it up and we are good to go. And this is our final look for today, a fall inspired look. I used a lip pencil, and it's called Plum, and it's from NYX. It probably is. You know, a lot of companies have very similar colors. This color is called Va Va Voom by LA Girl. And that's pretty much it for our look today. You guys will see the final look on Instagram and on Facebook. So if you guys aren't following me, please go do so you can see the final looks that we do. You can follow me on all social media, which is Deandra Giselle is my name on YouTube, Facebook, and on Instagram. Also, if you have any questions or topics, you can send them to me at deandragiselle@gmail.com, and I answer them pretty quickly. So thank you guys for tuning in. Last but not least, just want to give the announcement about GabFest. We're doing GabFest in March of next year. So if you guys have any questions or topics, you guys can email them to loveyourselfgabfest@gmail.com, and all of the ladies, Shari, Cherise, Liz, and Dana, we're all looking at the emails and checking them out and answering you guys if you guys have any questions. But just let us know if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow we'll be back here 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the look tomorrow, I'm not sure. I'm going to surprise you guys. But you guys will know by the end of the day. So have a great day, you guys. Enjoy your Monday. Happy Monday. All right, see you guys tomorrow, 7 a.m. Bye, guys.